Many of you recall that I mentioned the incarceration of Brittney Griner, superstar WNBA player. And I was concerned and have become even more concerned about she has not been released and brought back to the United States. Let's set aside that I have real suspicions about the reason she was arrested in the first place. What I really am concerned is that the United States government and the White House and the State Department do all within their power, despite what's going on in Ukraine, to let the Russian government know that we as American citizens want to see Brittney home. I'm honored to have her wife, who has since her incarceration been making moral appeals and concern for her, and she has agreed to come on the radio show and talk with us about this. Cherelle Griner, thank you for being with us today. First of all, how are you holding up through this, and what can you tell us if you know how Brittney's holding up?
Thank you for having me today, and I'm doing okay. And I wish I could say, I was better. I obviously have so much to be blessed about, but, until my wife is home, there is a huge piece of me that is missing. And so I'm only okay. And as far as what I know with BG, it's only via letters. I have not heard her voice since February the 17th. So, I don't know how she is because, when that's your person and you hear them and they're like, oh, I'm okay. And you're like, no, you're not okay.
Right.
I haven't had a moment to be able to really know how she's doing. And so because I'm her person, she's going to always try and, write persuasively to make sure I don't break because she knows I'm studying for my bar and she knows I have all these things going on. And she's trying to always be my, strong person. So she's telling me she's okay. She's like, I'm okay, babe. I'm hardened and I'm not my knee right now. Like when I come home, it's going to take me a minute to get back to, myself, but, I'm holding on and, I won't break until I come home. I won't let them break me. I know they're trying to, but I'm going to do my best and just hold on until I can get home. And she's like, but I hope that that's quick because I'm not okay. So she's not okay, but, she's trying her hardest to make sure that she makes it back home to, me and the rest of our family.
Now, I know that former Ambassador Richardson and others have gotten involved. And like I said, I've informed the State Department that certainly all of us are willing to do whatever, but it's nothing like letting you know as the wife. What have you heard from the State Department or the White House or any of the U.S. government of what stage they're at or at all that you could share with us in terms of negotiating her release? Because we're hearing she's scheduled to go to trial. And I and others are very concerned about a trial in Russia.
So that's honestly a great question. So politics is something you're very privy to, and so
right.
You may understand the rhetoric much better than me. But I'm definitely being told a lot of persuasive statements. That BG is a priority, and that they're doing everything that they can, and that it's already at the highest point of the chain of command, which is a good thing. We're already at the highest point. That leads me to believe that this matter is sitting right in front of Biden type of rhetoric, and so it's just my understanding that it's at its highest stage, but it's not done, because she's not here. So what I'm getting is that the people that need to know are aware, but they haven't executed. And so, I need them to execute this because at this point we're in 130 days of my wife, not being able to speak English. It's deeper than her just being able to speak to us, to her loved ones. She's in a country where she don't even know the language.
Right.
So she's inhumane on all type of levels. Like she ain't even speaking. So, this is an issue. And so I need them to execute it. So I don't know what stage exactly. I don't know, if they have a deal on the table and debating about it. I don't know if, they've started or not. But what I do know is nobody seems to be at the point where they can tell me anything. It's at that confidential level. And so I can only go based off of what I see. And what I see is my wife isn't here. So all I know is they haven't executed the deal.
Because one of the things that concerned me, and I'm saying me, Al Sharpton, I'm not speaking for you, is that I did see some Russian authorities release some, and Brittney was not done. So I'm saying, well, wait a minute, what is the deal here? What is it that you want people around the country that listen to this broadcast? What can they do? Can they, aside from pray? Prayer without works is empty. Can they write? Would it be helpful, do you think, certainly not harmful, for them to let the White House and others know that we are concerned about Brittney and want to see her brought home?
Absolutely. So, yes, I'll say it again, that public pressure, to let them know that, Brittney matters. We're never going to shut up about this until she's back. We're never going to allow them to take their precious time, because every second that goes by, BG is struggling. Like, she's a human. She's struggling. She's there, terrified. She's there alone. Even in America, if she was going through a legal proceeding, she wouldn't be doing it alone. People could come to the trial. She knows this could happen. And everything about this is just, your biggest nightmare, on top of the fact that BG is in a situation where this isn't even a trial. Could honestly, consider an execution. Russia has a 99% conviction rate. Nothing about this is justice. The crime against her wasn't justice. The way that the law was even written, the first thing I did when I heard the charge, I went to the statute and I looked at it, and I'm like, it's very ambiguous. It literally, the punishment does not match even the allegation of conduct of the defendant, and I'm like, not only was the charge, horrendous, the fact that she's going in a system, that has no justice is horrendous, so just all around, this is just unacceptable. And I hate that she's in this situation. My biggest thing is always justice. And so it's gut-wrenching that I can't give my wife justice. So the only justice in this situation of her wrongfully being detained is for our government to execute this deal. Stop talking about it. Stop all of the above. It just needs to be done. And so we need to apply as much public pressure on our government as possible to move swiftly.
All right. And Cherelle Griner, we thank you for spending this time with us, and we are going to stay on top of this until we see Brittney home. Cherelle Griner, the wife of Brittney Griner, who I feel is a prisoner of war in Russia. And we need to tell our government that we want to see her home safely, soundly. And thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.